Okay, so welcome back. So we are here once again to discuss the process management. Okay, presentation. Okay, so here are the topics that we have for today. So process management, we have the process concept, operations on processes, inter-process of communication, and lastly would be the multi-threaded program. Okay. So what is a process? This is a sequential execution of the program. And yeah, given to a program instance, this is a computer program or maybe an application that has been loaded into the memory and also managed by the operating system. Okay? And process is a program din no, na under action, whereas a thread is the smallest segment of the instructions that can be handled independently by the scheduler. So sometimes this is also being called as a job or task. And processes on modern systems can be have several threads of execution or several different pieces of the program running in parallel. Okay? And process has its own private resources, data, and associated uh, statistics. And also, thread is a sequence of instruction within a process. And let me show you what are the components of a process. So we have the execution program, we have the address space, and the execution context of the process. Okay, and just to show you the process in memory, we have the stack, shared library, heap, global variable or the data, and also the text. So the program code, no, this is includes the current activity represented by the value of the program, counter, and the contents of the processor's register. So converted to machine instruction down, no? And um, a read-only data are placed here. Okay. Next is the global variable have their own segment in memory that allows for reading and writing. Okay. So this is also the section contains the global and static variable. Okay. And next is the stack. The process stack contains the temporary data such as method or function, parameters, return address, and local variables. Okay? And next is the heap. Data structure is explicitly allocated and runtime is placed here. So this is also a dynamically allocated memory to a process during its runtime. Okay? And then they will be having the shared library, heap, and the stack. Right? And as the memory is used by a process, the stack and heap go toward each other. If a process makes use of shared library, these are mapped in the memory between the stack and heap. Okay? Then cycle of burst, CPU burst, and IO burst. Okay? So processes alternate between two states, CPU and IO burst. Okay? Process execution begins with a CPU burst followed by an IO burst. So laging ganun. Okay? So ito yung process, siya yung CPU burst. Okay? And then wait for the IO completion. Yun yung IO burst. And then The process is waiting for IO operations to be completed. Okay. Store C, ship A, sub B, send to printer, and wait for the IO operation. And so on. Eventually, once the final CPU burst ends with a system request to terminate execution. So, satisfy na yung pinaka-request or yung process. So, when it comes to process scheduling, deciding which process or threads should occupy each resource like CPU, disk, and etc. Okay, and scheduling is everywhere, kahit saan. This reads, process, thread, resource allocation, servicing clients in a web server, computes job in a cluster or data centers, or jobs using physical machines in factories. Okay, and next is the process states. We have a few processes states that we have. So first is the process is being created, and we also have the running. It's process or instruction are being executed, and next is the process is waiting for some event to occur. So ibig sabihin, waiting tayo kung it can be will run another process or new process or will be terminated. And next is the ready is waiting to be assigned to a processor. Well, waiting siya na magbigay ng instruction or ng process to be executed or terminated. No? It can once na completed na or satisfied na yung instruction, so the process will be finish its execution. Okay? So this is the sample or pinaka high level. Okay, we have the new, ready, running, waiting, and terminated. Okay? OS is being created during this time by the operating system. And then a process is ready to be executed by the CPU. That would be the ready. And then go to running. A process is being executed by the CPU. Then go to waiting. A process stops executing because it is waiting for some event. It can be coming from the IO burst. There is a waiting na parang nag-i-install tayo, no? Tapos merong option. Nag-install tayo ng application there, tapos there is an option na you have to click or you have to choose kung custom application ba to or full installation. If you're going to proceed with next or you choose yung full installation, babalik yun actually ng running. Tapos kung kompleto na, pwede na siyang mag-terminate kung completed na yung installation niya. When a process has finished execution or has been aborted, or pwede rin naman na close natin or inentas natin yung process or yung installation. For some reason, o pwede rin naman nawalan tayo ng kuryente. So yun yung mga sample na aborted process. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka parang flowchart niya. So, punta ka sa new, from new to ready, and then pwedeng running, and then kung doon sa running, there is a waiting for the IO burst, and then it can go to ready again, no? Or go to running once again, and pwede rin naman na after running, meron ka ulit na gusto i-run, which is pupunta siya ulit ready, and then after ready, running ulit, and then it can be terminated once na satisfied na yung instruction or process na you have provided. Right? So when a newly created process is admitted to the system, this is from new to ready, this means ready to be executed. And then when the OS assign the CPU to the waiting process, punta na siya ng running, from ready to running. And then from running to waiting, when the running process requested for an I/O operation and therefore has to wait for the completion of its process. So there is a I/O operation daw na or input-output na kailangan, kaya siya waiting. And then running to ready naman when the running process is temporarily halted because of the timeout or walang time ng interconnection, connection, which is well, that we need to completed yung process or to complete yung process. So kaya siya na-interrupt. Pero no, nagkaroon ulit tayo ng connection, it is already ready state to start or to be run once again. And then lastly will be the terminated when the process completes its execution. Or pwede rin naman na I think intentionally halted. Parang in-emphasize natin kasi we don't want na nagmamadali tayo or pwede rin naman na nawala tayo ng kuryente or whatsoever. Okay? So, waiting to ready when an I/O process finishes or start or the event is waiting to occur. Okay, so process management. So, OS maintains a data structure for each process called PCB or the process control block that contains the information needed to manage a particular process. This is also sometimes called as a process descriptor. Is a data structure used by a computer operating system to store all the information about a process. Okay, so ito yung may naka-sample niya. May pointer process. Parang nasa bangko Kasi, di ba sa bangko, meron kang process number and then there is also a program. So, or program counter. Yeah, this is being called from time to time. And there is also a registration and before you doon sa guard, di ba, merong registration na para mag-input ka kung ano yung kailangan sa bangko, ano yung information that you want to get. Halimbawa, inquiry ka, di ba? So you will be giving a process number. And then once that you have a process number, you will be going to the counter or dun sa may customer service, di ba? Pero there is also a limits, no? Limits kasi for example, meron lang tayong 5 counter dun sa bangko. And dun sa bangko kasi hindi natin pwedeng sabay-sabay. So you have to wait. So yung open files or list of open files, ibig sabihin, sila yung mga pending items o yung mga tao. So once na they are already able to they are able to serve customer service, definitely this would be completed. Okay, so yung mga list of open files also, ito yung mga kailangan natin na mga dito. Ito yung mga transactions na meron tayo sa bangko. Okay? Then, process control block. Ito yung sample nito. Meron tayong PID. Ito yung process number. O parang ID number natin to. And then, address space on the process. So yan, execution context of the process. Under the execution context, we also have the values of the internal CPU registered by the process. And then current state of the process. Scheduling priority. So it can be, it depends on the PID or the process ID. And we have the list of open files being used by the process. Okay, and some accounting information. Okay, so process context minimal set of state information that must be stored to allow a process to be stopped and restarted later. So it can be information stored in the CPU with has contents of registers, program counter or PC, and lastly, information is stored dun sa ating memory or RAM. Okay. Context switching, switches the CPU from the process to another, from one process to another. So, uh, context switching occurs when one process gives way to another process too. So, the second one can be executed. You know. So, just to give you an example, process one, since process one started an IO operation, the OS will save its execution context dun sa PCB table natin. Okay? The OS will then restore the execution context of process 2 from its PCB and starting the execution. You know, and proceed with the process 2 or the CPU burst. So, ganun lang yung setup niya. Always, after na CPU burst, punta tayo ng IO burst and then CPU burst ulit, which is the process 2. And so on. Sorry. Excuse. Okay. So, and then context switch time. From CPU burst to IO, CPU burst to IO burst, then CPU burst ulit to IO burst, then CPU burst, and so on.
And threads. Okay, a threads is a basic unit of CPU utilization consisting a program counter, a stack, a set of registers. So this can be the same or different types. Threads are used to increase the performance of the applications. Each thread has its own program counter. Okay? The sequence of instruction within the process. And traditional processes have a single thread of control. There is one program counter and one sequence of instructions that can be carried out at any given time. So there is also a multi-threaded application, have multiple threads within a single process. Okay? And then this is a sample no nung or figure nung threads natin. Okay, ito yung single threaded process. And then multi-threaded, so multiple threaded tayo. Okay? Um, single threaded language is one that can execute only one task at a time. And other languages like Python, Java are the good example of multi-threaded and can execute multiple tasks simultaneously or multiple tasks at a time at any single time rather. Okay, difference between processes or process and threads. So process program in execution, heavyweight. requires separate address space. Inter-process communication is expensive daw, no? While context switching from one process to another is costly. And while the threads separate path of execution, one or more threads make up a process. Mga parang magkakaiba daw na path yung ginagamit, no, or mga processes. And then mas lightweight nga naman ito kasi multi-threads yung multi process yung nag-handle. And then shares and same address space. And then multi-thread communication is less expensive when compared to process. So mas mura daw. And then context switching between threads is less costly compared to process. So mas mura ulit itong when comes dun sa context switching. So technically, there are good, no, kasi there is always a pros and cons, no. So it depends with the situation that we have. No, kung sa situation natin or sa company, for example, you will be needing to um, the process, or mas preferred natin yung process kasi ito yung mas fit sa requirement natin rather than the threads, or pwede rin naman vice versa. Okay, so basic concept, no, multi-programming systems wherever two or more processes are simultaneously in the ready state. Okay, so the part of the OS that makes the choice is called as the scheduler, and the algorithm is being used, is called as the scheduling algorithm. And in a single processor system, only one process can run at a time. And other must be wait, no, until the CPU is available. Okay? Every time one process has to wait, another process can take over and use the CPU. Okay? And another thing is the scheduling of this kind of fundamental OS function. Almost all computer resources are scheduled before use. So the CPU is, of course, one of the primary computer resources, thus its scheduling is central to OS design. So there is always a scheduling process, when it comes to the CPU. And many of the same issues that applies to process scheduling also applies to thread scheduling, although some are different. So hindi laging pare-pareho ng mga processes. Okay? So CPU I/O burst cycle. The success of CPU scheduling depends on an observed property of processes. So processes execution consists of a cycle of CPU execution and I/O wait. Processes alternate between these two states, no? So laging parang loop lang siya na CPU burst, and then next is I/O. So and then CPU ulit, and I/O, and then so on, no, until ma-complete natin yung process. Okay? Eventually, the final CPU verse ends with a system request to terminate execution. Okay, ito na yung it can be abnormally or normally. Okay? Process scheduling queues. We have the job queue, set of all processes in the system, ready queue, processes residing in main memory, ready and waiting to be executed, and device queue, set of processes waiting for an I/O device. Each device has its own device queue. For example, meron tayong meron tayong process kung gusto nating copy and paste. Yung kinakopy natin from one folder to another, or from one folder to another, meron kaparehong name. 'Di ba? Na halimbawa, doc 1. kinapin natin papunta dun sa kabila na doc 1. So, it will require you to confirm if you're going to replace or you're going to add, no, ng bagong file. No, if you go yun, tapos manghihingi yun ng yes or no, 'di ba? So it means it will require you a device or the input or the inputs na you have to click yung yes, no, or confirmation. Okay? And then the ready queue is stored as linked list. A ready queue header will contain pointers to the first and last PCB in the list. So this is a good example. All right. No? This queue keeps all sets or this queue keeps a set of all processes residing in main memory ready and waiting to execute. So for example, dito no, head, no, andito na yung ready queue, and then it will go to the PCB, no, and the next PCB, and then tails naman, no, if it is already for example it is already completed or uh, terminated. Okay, so schedulers, we have two types of schedulers, no, we have the long term and the short term. Though the long term is selects which processes should be brought into the ready queue, while the short term selects which process should be executed executed next and allocate CPU. So just to ano no just to differentiate, no, the short term takes the process uh, from the ready queue, um, while the long term is the program that are set up in the queue as per the requirement. All right. So another definition is it is the short term is invoked very frequently, no, mas mabilis usually via milliseconds, while the long term is the infrequently invoked, no, seconds or minutes, or mas mabagal siya rather than the short term. Okay? So that's all for our topics for today, and thank you for joining or watching our lesson for today.